I've been working pretty diligently for over a year on a series that was trying to get at, I realized what sparked it was shadows. And I was trying to get at painting something and getting at something that wasn't the object but the atmosphere or the spirit around that we experience but we don't pay attention to. And I was sort of looking at atmosphere and spent a lot of time just painting shadows, but that wasn't quite doing it for me. And then I moved to sort of more atmospheric kind of paintings. And then I went on a residency and sat by a lake almost every day. And that just stuck in my head. And that's where my painting finally started clicking in, and I started working on those impressions.
So talking about shadows, Mary Jo and I, without each other knowing this, we're both working from shadows. Thinking about shadows, using shadows in our artwork, but in different senses. And we realized that similarity when we went to a critique at Joni's house, and Mary Jo starts talking about her work in shadows, and it was creepy. I'm like, I've been working with shadows, what's going on? But different interpretation and different usages. I was actually, I was drawing outside just out of boredom. We finally had some sunshine, so I was outside drawing, and I had work on my easel, and I'm drawing away, right? Because I'm usually a landscape person. And my easel, my paper kept falling off my easel, and son of a bitch if I wasn't just getting super angry about it. And I'm like, you know what, screw it. It's on the ground, it keeps falling, I'm just gonna draw on it. So I start drawing this way on the ground, and my shadow kept getting in the way. So I started just drawing my shadow. And in my anger is where my work started coming from. It was more than just the anger of this paper falling off the easel. It was everything. I think everything at once came out in anger. Just everything I've ever been angry about, that I've been just, holding back and not talking about and trying to repress in my Midwest type of way. And so I just started letting all the anger out into these shadows. And I think what the shadow gave me was permission, because I could say, well, it's the shadow part, not the me part that's saying this. So we actually both went to the residency in France after this, and although we had different experiences and did different things, I think that was really the trigger for us to really start to realize how our work had so many similarities, yet the outcome, the actual product of our work and our thoughts looks very different.
Yeah, that's the fascinating part, and I think it's going to be interesting to see our work together in the gallery, because we were really sort of thinking and studying the same thing, but we're coming at it from slightly different directions, and I feel, and our work is radically different. My work, I feel, and when I step back and look at the body of work, is very calm, meditative work. And I think it was just the expression of sitting by that lake, and it was just intriguing, and every minute there was something interesting happening, but at the same time, it just was like meditating, just totally relaxing. And it just sort of changed something in my brain, I think. And your work came out, you can describe it, it's just really bold and strong, and I think it's fascinating, the difference in what came out. Our expression is real, but what came out was so different in our work.
Yeah, so, and I think it's really neat.
It'll make for, I think, a very great contrast in the show.
Definitely contrast.